Thank you. I want you to think about algorithms this way. Algorithms are secret systems that are optimized to success, but the success is defined by people who are hiding behind mathematical authenticity. They're hiding behind this assumption that it's a scientific instrument, that you don't know math, so you don't get to question it. But they are secretly defining success and optimizing to success based on what is successful for them, not necessarily what is successful for you. Just a couple weeks ago, Reuters reported that Amazon built an algorithm to hire engineers. And they built it with their own data on their historical basis. Everybody who'd ever applied to be an engineer at Amazon. And they defined success somehow, probably a way that we typically define success in these scenarios. Someone who stays for a long time, gets a raise, gets a promotion. It sounds like good choices, right? A reasonable data set, a reasonable definition of success. They built their algorithm, and then they looked at it, and they realized it was sexist. In fact, they realized that if you had gone to a women's college, you got negative points for that. If you used a word that men use on their resume but women don't, like executed, that word, for some reason men use it on their resumes but women don't, then you got extra points. So it was biased against women for men. Now, I want to say for the record, I'm proud of Amazon for checking. But I also want to say that algorithms do not make things fair. They do not magically make things fair. They automate the status quo. They propagate whatever you're doing already. So if what you're doing already is sexist, then the algorithm you build from what you're doing will be sexist. We should assume that's happening. We should assume the bias that persists in our culture will persist in the machines that we build based on our culture. I'm not hopeless. I wouldn't be here if I were hopeless. I wrote the book to alert people to this, and the first thing we need to do is stop blindly trusting algorithms. The public needs to stop blindly trusting algorithms. The data scientists need to realize that they have an ethical responsibility. They need to take a Hippocratic oath of data science, whatever that looks like. I have some ideas. Maybe we can talk about it in the question and answer session. We also need rights. We need to demand rights, especially for potential weapons of mass destruction. What I mean by that is algorithms that are making really important decisions about our finances, about our liberty, our freedoms, and about our livelihood, our jobs. Anytime those kinds of high stakes are present, and there's an algorithm deciding whether we deserve something, we should be able to ask, how does this work? Is this fair? What's the data you're using? What would have happened if something slightly different had happened? How would my score change? I'll stop there. Thank you very much.